A new era of warfare, Putin warns of Google war. Russian President Vladimir Putin has issued a stark warning to NATO and the United States, signaling a new era of global conflict. Putin declared that the world is entering a Google war, highlighting the increasing role of technology and cyber warfare in international relations. This chilling statement comes amidst heightened tensions between Russia and the West, fueled by the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and a series of recent events. Putin's use of the term Google war underscores the Kremlin's perception of the internet and technology giants as extensions of Western power. He accuses the West of using these platforms to spread disinformation, incite unrest, and undermine Russia's interests. This rhetoric reflects a broader trend of Russia seeking to exert greater control over its digital sphere and counter what it perceives as Western cyber aggression. The timing of Putin's warning is not coincidental. It comes on the heels of Ukraine's recent use of US-supplied ATACMS missiles against targets within Russia, marking a significant escalation in the conflict. This development, coupled with Russia's revised nuclear doctrine and increasing concerns about cyber attacks, has pushed tensions to a boiling point. The world watches nervously as the lines between conventional warfare, cyber warfare, and information warfare become increasingly blurred. Ukraine strikes back, ATACMS missiles and Russian retaliation. Ukraine's decision to deploy US-made ATACMS missiles against a Russian ammunition depot deep inside Russian territory has drawn a furious response from Moscow. The attack, which took place on November 19, 2024, demonstrated Ukraine's growing ability to strike back at Russia's military infrastructure. Russia, while claiming to have intercepted some of the missiles, condemned the attack as a dangerous escalation orchestrated by the West. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov issued a stern warning, stating that the use of ATACMS missiles represented a direct involvement of the United States in the conflict, and that Russia would respond accordingly. This latest development has significantly raised the stakes in the conflict, with both sides engaging in a dangerous game of brinkmanship. The use of increasingly sophisticated weaponry and the expansion of the conflict beyond Ukraine's borders have heightened fears of a wider European war. The international community is left grappling with the implications of this escalation and the potential for miscalculation. The nuclear threat, Russia's revised doctrine and global concerns. Adding to the already volatile situation is Russia's recent revision of its nuclear doctrine. Putin signed the updated doctrine, which lowers the threshold for the use of nuclear weapons, sending shockwaves through the international community. The new doctrine states that Russia reserves the right to use nuclear weapons in response to a conventional attack that threatens the very existence of the Russian state. This change in nuclear posture has been widely condemned by Western leaders who see it as a dangerous and irresponsible escalation. They argue that it increases the risk of miscalculation and could lead to a catastrophic nuclear conflict. The combination of Russia's revised nuclear doctrine and its aggressive rhetoric has created a climate of fear and uncertainty. The possibility of a nuclear conflict, once unthinkable, now looms as a real threat. The world is left to hope that cooler heads will prevail and that this dangerous game of chicken will not end in disaster. Cyber warfare. A new battleground in Europe. As tensions escalate between Russia and the West, concerns are mounting over the potential for a parallel conflict in cyberspace. The United Kingdom has issued a stark warning about Russia's increasingly aggressive and reckless cyber activity, targeting NATO members and partners. UK officials have pointed to Unit 29155, a shadowy Russian military intelligence unit, as being behind a string of high-profile cyber attacks. These attacks have targeted critical infrastructure, including energy grids, financial institutions, and government networks, raising fears of widespread disruption and chaos. The UK has accused Russia of using cyber attacks to sow discord, undermine democratic institutions, and weaken Western resolve. Western governments are bracing themselves for further cyber aggression from Russia. They are strengthening their cyber defenses, sharing intelligence, and developing strategies to deter and respond to Russian cyber attacks.